Welcome back to the Apatros Review. In this episode, the D Spectrum 3, Part 2. Now welcome back. This is the third installment of the D Spectrum, a running special where I look back on the worst films I've covered on this show. Given that I've now reached 75 episodes, I've gone through my fair share of shit, and it's always fun to knock down bad films like bowling pins in a bowling alley. Anyway, this is the second half of this episode. I had to split the episode into two parts so I can keep the episode runtimes within insane levels. For each film, I will mention which episode I covered it in, give a brief synopsis and review, and explain my reasons for my grading, as well as briefly explain what DVD was released on, if applicable, in Australia. So here goes. Anything for Love, also known as Just One of the Girls, directed by Michael Koish in the year 1993. I covered this one in episode 69. I gave it a D+, 3 out of 10 means disappointing. One of those B-grade direct-to-video films that Corey Haim used to do back in the 1990s to keep working, even though he was going through the worst phase of his career by that point. This was originally released as a telepic, with the shower scene reshot so the actresses were wearing towels, subsequent video release the original footage where they were fully nude, and then issued on VHS shortly later. Corey Haim plays a high school student who must avoid the school bully at his new high school by borrowing his sister's clothes and passing himself off as a girl, with surprising results. The film's heart seems to be in the right place as far as morality messages go. The bully gets drawn to Haim without knowing his secret, and Haim uses the opportunity to teach the bully something about having a good lifestyle, while falling in love with the bully's cheerleader sister. But the setup is a bit suspect, the jokes are rather lame, and he ham-fisted direction from Michael Koish, who later went on to do a few really badly received Steven Seagal flicks in the mid-2000s, pretty much sucks. As for the DVD, this was issued onto Region 4 by Australian pirate bootleg company RBC Entertainment through their Avenue 1 label during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Notorious for their bad quality releases. The only plus for this is that the DVD is an uncut version of the nude version of the shower scene. Moontrap Target Earth, directed by Robert Dark in the year 2015, released in 2017. I covered this one in episode 70. I gave this one a D, which is a 2 out of 10, meaning it's poor. This was an alternative telling of the original Moontrap, a cult 1989 sci-fi horror about two astronauts, one of whom was Bruce Campbell, sent to the moon to battle a race of ancient alien robots that had the alarming tendency to augment themselves to the body parts of the people they kill. This follow-up was set in a different reality to the original, sort of like what I call a paraquel, like a cross between sequel and remake, and had a plot that seemed to set up the ancient astronauts' fringe theory that some stupid people out there tend to push forward for a massive fall by parodying it. Sarah Butler stars as a university linguist who is captured by shady businessman Richard Contrell, played by Charles Shaughnessy, the actor who played Maxwell Sheffield in the classic 1990s sitcom The Nanny, and the pair must complete the last mission of an ancient race of technologically advanced humans to terraform the moon. Ignore that. So it can support life. Aside from a brief nod to the original, a robot steals a human's face to replace its own damaged one, this really doesn't have anything to do with the original, aside from having the same director and writer. Seriously, this is El Cheapo crap. Although it is only just slightly bearable, pretty funny in places like hearing Mr. Sheffield drop F-bombs, but nothing that can't be remedied by tracking down an old VHS or the rated DVD release of the original. As for the DVD, currently only the British Region 2 skeleton disc from Gilt Edge Media, which I have, is available but not in Australia. If you want it, import it. But I wouldn't recommend it. Now, The Swap, directed by Jordan Leonardopoulos and John C. Broderick in 1979. I covered this one in episode 72. I gave this one a D-, 1 out of 10 means it's shit. Before he became a big film star in the 1970s, Robert De Niro was doing cheap indie films like the 1969 indie drama Sam's Song, about a Nixon documentary maker who gets invited to a swank house party full of rich people, only to find something shallow about their lives. This film wasn't exactly a good film at all. The indie film wasn't in any position at the time to gain any degree of clout, and Sam's Song was pretty rough to sit through. But the film was bought out by Canon Films during their early days, and re-edited with new footage to transform into one of the most lazy and incompetent thrillers I've ever seen. This really was a chore to sit through, even for one of the most patient people out there, given the monotonous acting from Anthony Chanota as a freshly released from jail crim who attempts to solve the murder of his younger brother, the Robert De Niro character, and spends half the film listening to people give recounts of the last days of De Niro, mainly by using footage from the earlier film, so like your standard sitcom clip show episode. And the lumber around to the grace of your average drunkard on Skid Row, only sober. Really something of a wretched thing to sit through. Is that freaking boring? As for the DVD, this one was available in public domain, although even then this film's a little rare to find, although there have been a couple of multi-pack releases of this one in them here in Australia. There is the closest thing that the swap had to a legitimate release was a public domain DVD from Showtime DVD that was released with another same time as another De Niro film called Born to Win, and that this had a homemade filmography and biography and trivia for De Niro, so pretty useless extras. Anyway, the picture quality is really rough. Memorial Day, directed by Worth Keeter, 1998. I covered this on episode 73, and that was a revisit of an early episode. I gave that one a D-. 9 out of 10 means shit. One of the last films played by Royal Oaks Entertainment, a prolific B-film studio that specialized in military-themed action films during the 1990s, this unholy junker might have been only mediocre when it came out all the way back in 1998. But after the Twin Towers fell on September 11, this story only winds up rubbing some people the wrong way, with a group of CIA agents making a fictional terrorist group and committing attacks in their name in order to justify their own paychecks. I really hated this movie, with its flippant use of terrorism for a cheap political action thriller, and this is so far the only film to appear more than one D Spectrum episode, due to me reviewing the Flashback and Run multimedia release a few episodes ago. And as for the DVD, both those releases are public domain bargain basement labels which issued this one in their cheap $2 catalogs. Anyway, that's the last thing I hear me talk about Memorial Day on this show. But if you do like it, I mean, the action scenes kind of scrub up a little decently, so even though it's a crap film, but so if you like it, I'm not gonna knock you for that. Everyone has their likes. Skyscraper, directed by Raymond Martin in the year 1996. Cover this one, episode 74. This is a D. 2 out of 10 means poor. Have you heard the joke about an actress so dumb she agreed to do a Die Hard knockoff set in a skyscraper? Well, Nicole Smith pretty much made that joke true by doing this staggeringly awful but pretty well action-packed, hence avoiding the dread D- rating just barely. And by the way, I do my ratings according to entertainment value as well as technical skill. Die Hard ripoff of the 1990s direct-to-video legend studio PM Entertainment, known for their cheap but high-energy actioners during that decade. I've got plenty of them in my collection. There was a few sci-fi ones, where Nicole Smith plays a helicopter pilot running an air limo service for rich executives called Heliscorp. Those are the names. You must defeat a group of mercenaries who resemble male strippers, even the only female member dresses like them. Looks like one too, and have an astoundingly all over the shop range of fun Eurotrash accents that change constantly. Add to that the usual plethora of bad writing, bad acting, especially from Nicole Smith, who cannot deliver a line coherently to save her life, and some gratuitous sex scenes, which were cut from the Aussie DVD print. Damn it! That makes this one playable only for people who like to watch movies like this for boobs, buns, and bush. And this is a breast man's film, because Nicole Smith's breasts are pretty much the only thing you see, even the uncut version. Nicole Smith double feature with and she did like 2 films for PM Entertainment, this and To the Limit. This was the second of the 2. I wasn't able to review To the Limit because there was a fatal scratch on my DVD. And this was double feature was really the worst that PM Entertainment put out during its time. Not entirely terrible, but just really bad. And like I said, this was so far only issued on DVD in Australia for a cut print, released onto a double feature DVD from Palace Entertainment. I assume the To the Limit print is uncut. Anyway, both films have very bad picture and sound quality, so watch out there. Now, the last film on this list, Submerged, directed by Anthony Hickox in the year 2005. Covered this one in episode 75. This gets a D-, means shit. This mind-bendingly bad and offensive to the people of Uruguay, due to this ridiculously inaccurate way they were depicting this junker, 2000's direct-to-video Steven Seagal B-Actioner was one of a string of mediocre, bad, or really freaking bad films that Seagal made during the decade. Most of these were made in Eastern Europe, and you can tell where they were filmed due to the telltale signs of making a movie in places like Bulgaria turned out visible. This one has Seagal leading a group of tough-talking Black Ops mercs, including Vinnie Jones, into Bulgaria. Oops, I meant a fictional version of Uruguay. To stop Lieutenant Gorman from Aliens, I meant actor William Hope, playing a traitor CIA agent and supporters from brainwashing people using advanced mind control techniques. Man, this one's really freaking bad, comparable to the likes of Live Fury or Out for a Kill. That's the DVD. Sony Pictures handled this one along with nearly all of Seagal's 2000s direct-to-video direct. Now, so that is it for this edition of the D Spectrum. I'll do it again for my 100th episode, so keep watching and stay safe out there. And by the way, I do these reviews like every 3 days, roughly. I try to keep them on schedule, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Yeah, enjoy yourselves, stay safe, and that's it for this